Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you are having a beautiful day, night, morning, middle of the night. We're gonna do a timeless collective reading. We're gonna go a little traditional today. I feel like we should do a Celtic cross, but we're gonna start with the mystery deck and get a couple of deeper messages and see how it layers. This reading is timeless and collective, so see what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance, it's in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive in. Let's get a couple of opening messages to see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Grace Consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What are some opening messages that will be helpful today? It's time to shift gears. Time to be a little more flexible with something. So if you felt like you were stuck in third, it's time to kick it up to sixth. If you were constantly moving and like going against like the daily grind and always kind of running on empty, it's time to mosey on a little bit, you know, slow it down, change your pace. You have to be flexible. You have to see the terrain that you are in, how fast something is moving, and kind of just go with the flow. So you're about to shift gears. I do feel like something is about to take off. I sort of see somebody stalling now, you know, like they don't know how to do that thing with the pedals yet, the shift gear, and they kind of stalled a couple times. They got to get their footing right. But I feel like once somebody recognizes how awesome it is to be back in control, you know, hug the curves and all that. I just thought of body as a back road. What is that? I'm gonna take it slow just as fast as I can. I can't quite get the words or why that song came through, but it is a little sassy. So maybe somebody has like all the right curves in a situation, or maybe it was a curvy road and not the straight way. So let's see. I do feel like if somebody is back in the driver's seat, it feels really good. So maybe somebody kind of felt like something was going in the wrong direction before. I feel like that's changing. Also, somebody wants to talk to you. So maybe this is somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe somebody was figuring out their stick shift over here. I am getting different groups of you right away. I feel like for some of you, this is friendship and or love. And I feel like for some of you, this is business and or opportunity. Maybe for some of you, it's all over. You have a lot of people that want to talk to you. I feel like this is a good conversation. I am seeing like ideas being tossed back and forth, creative ideas, a flow in conversation. Maybe somebody wants to have a serious conversation. I do see somebody, like I'm looking at this weird picture here, and can you see how that guy's eyes are kind of glowing? So I do feel like somebody has gained a spiritual light on something, but they want you to see where they were coming from, or want to express their, I don't know, their situation or their perception, or get your opinion, clarify something that was unclear. But I feel like for some of you, it's just somebody misses your voice. Somebody misses your laugh. I feel like it's kind of simple too, but I feel like for some of you, if this is about an opportunity or a job or something like that, I see solutions. Like, so maybe it's a solution or a resolution, but I kind of feel like with all those gears over there, I feel like you know how to build something, or you are kind of a problem solver, not someone who brings problems, but you're aware of something and you already have the solution ready to go. And I feel like somebody really does want to work with you, or offer you a position, or talk to you so you can help them out with something that they are going through because they're kind of having a dilemma. So there were so many different messages that came through. I'm not even sure what downloads just came through. Hopefully some of those were helpful. Let's continue. What is another message? There is something that is up to you. Maybe for some of you, you don't want to answer the phone. Maybe for some of you, you have been waiting for somebody to open up that conversation. It's also up to you what gear you feel like you should be in, how fast or slow you want to take something. Up to you. I'm even getting saying yes to an opportunity, feeling it out, seeing if it feels right for you. I kind of feel like some of you have multiple options. So if you're trying to make a choice, maybe it is one solid choice that you have to make. I also see with that problem solver thing that some of you can handle a couple different things at once. So maybe there's a way to, you know, work on more than one project, or change your schedule around. Let's see, what else? What else? Remember who you are, because you're amazing. You're unique, you're special. There's absolutely nobody in the entire world or universe says, or lifetimes that is you, right here, right now, seeing something through your eyes, walking in your shoes, and that's really special. So don't forget how important you are, how much you deserve, and your value. I keep hearing unique. There's something really unique about you, really special about you, but if you forgot, if you got off track, I am getting that maybe it's up to you to, you know, pay attention to your thoughts, your mindset. Believe in yourself. You got this. Are you happy? That girl looks so happy. She looks happy doing nothing but like laughing. So are you hanging around people that you vibe with? Are you happy at your job? Are you happy with a project you're working on? What is something that makes you happy that maybe you haven't done? What is something that you are kind of into? I kind of feel like some of you are, this looks like somebody really cool to hang out with. I feel like some of you are reconnecting with someone you really love to hang out with, or somebody new is coming in your world. I see that happy, and I feel like it has to do with, I don't know, like something you're kind of into. I don't know. I just saw like bird watching or like hiking. So maybe if it's something you generally do and you're happy kind of doing it on your own, I see you joining like a meetup or a group or a club, like an after school club or something like that. And maybe there's others that enjoy that thing that you're into. And I kind of feel like some of you have somebody pretty cool you're going to connect with. But maybe it's asking yourself that question. It's a very simple question that can take somebody really deep. And if you're not happy, what can you change? So let's get another one. Didn't I say something before about unusual? That's what I saw. Because there's something really cool about you. There's something different. It's unusual. You're not just usual. It's something that's different. This could be a really unusual skill that you have. This could also be a really unusual situation that comes out of the blue, out of nowhere, because it's kind of in your destiny, divinely directed to be in your life. Maybe it's a really unusual conversation that you get to have with someone. I feel like it's also an unusual solution or an unusual approach. Maybe it's how you approach something that's special, how you express something that's a little different, not the knowledge, but the you part of it. Remember who you are. Whoever you are is perfect. I kind of feel like you're gonna connect to and vibe with, I see not just one person now, but like a group of people that are supportive of you. Maybe that's a project you're working on, or just some cool friends. I don't know why I see you writing. Maybe some of you write, but I see you having like a diary. Like, dear diary, this unusual situation happened to me today. Or I had that light bulb moment where my gears started spinning. I do feel like some of you need to write something down. I don't feel like it has to be a specific theme. Maybe it's a synchronicity journal. Maybe it is a dream journal, but I feel like it's a lot more than that. I see you circling stuff and writing phone numbers down and reminding yourself with stars. Make sure you book that thing later. I also see you being able to reference something that you can go back to. It just makes me think of how we have short-term, very short-term memory. Sometimes I walk into a room and I look around and I'm like, I have no idea why I came in this room. And I have to do the scan, like look around to see what reminds me. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So I see you having really cool ideas or something like that, and you being able to go back and reference, but it's bigger than the idea. I see you putting something together. Maybe remembering how much amazing stuff does happen to you. Maybe even writing down about beautiful experiences you have. I mean, you can start a journal or not, it's up to you. But maybe writing is not your thing. Maybe you just talk in your phone, have some notes. All of these cards here make me think of sticky notes or like Post-its. So maybe it's just little messages around your house, in your car, on your mirror, whatever, that kind of remind you of things that you have to get to, or you always wanted to do, so you don't forget about it and keep putting it on the back burner. Let's do one more and then let's go to the tarot. So what is one more message? And then maybe we'll come back to this. I'm having fun with the mystery deck with you guys. One more message. That's beautiful. You got the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. But that's that switching gears, being flexible, because the Goldilocks zone is like the perfect weather. But sometimes it's nice to have a little rain to water your garden. Sometimes, you know, the snow and the frost creates a little silence and peace, and maybe you like to snowboard. Take some pictures of the mountains with snow on them. But it's always kind of finding that center. It's finding your center. It's finding that medium point with whatever happens. That's what the Goldilocks zone is. I am also seeing that maybe it's also a golden opportunity. Like where you're really in the zone. Like you're there, you're in it. So, all right, let's put these over there because I can keep going with those. Maybe I'll do a whole reading with that one time. But let's do a Celtic cross spread. It's been a while since I did one of these. So let's dive on in. See what's going on. This might be your situation. It also could be giving you clarity on a situation you don't see. So what would be helpful for the collective to know? I'm going to put this here, the up to you. Let's start with you. What do you need to know? The most prominent energy to like the center here. What is the center? of energy going on. I just saw like a kind of like a computer as a maybe an energy thing, and I saw you like, you know when you have a charger that's kind of like crappy from the dollar store and it doesn't really work so well, like it doesn't really charge, kind of like turns off and on and off and on. I see a battery kind of like up and down and up and down and up and down, but never charged, or like a weird outlet where it's supposed to be charging, but then you go and you look at your phone and it like did nothing. It went up like 2%. So I feel like you actually have to unplug yourself from something that was not really fulfilling or charging or energizing, whatever that is. And I see you finding the right socket to plug it into, where you're like, oh, wow, that's like, you know, speed charging over here. Well, that made me feel better. So I do feel like you're getting plugged back in. But it's maybe the right environment, the right person doing the right thing, the right direction. So let's dive in, because every time I do this, I get the extra messages. So clarify, up to you. Focus of the reading. Oh, there you go. Maybe it was a gas station and you were running. I almost said that too. If you were running on fumes, I should have said it. See, I have to learn to not hold back when I think of something. You got the Chariot. You are on the right track. You're going in the right direction. You're also very intelligent. Whatever I saw with you figuring something out, this particular Chariot is a little different. It doesn't have horses. It has sphinxes. I think that's correct for the plural. It's not really black and white. It's about the color. It's about the vibration. It's that dichotomy. It's finding the center point. You have something working with you now, not going against you. When this is the other way around, because we flip everything around and look at both sides of the coin. Otherwise, you know, you're missing half of the picture. So if it's here, it could have been where your battery was kind of not charged because something was kind of pulling you in the wrong direction, or maybe draining your battery, throwing you off course, creating roadblocks, something like that. It's up to you to get on this Chariot. It's up to you to be in the driver's seat. It's up to you to, you know, find the right gear for the road that you are on. I'm also seeing you leave an entire kingdom here. So I feel like you do need to travel or get on the road or take a journey. This is a spiritual journey as well. It's victory. So that's your energy right now. You know that, you know. I just totally heard fabulous. You know you deserve something fabulous. It's an interesting word to come through. This is you taking the reins, but you have energies and support that is moving with you, wanting you to succeed. Let's see what maybe the block is. What is the block on the Chariot? Because I don't think there's too much blocking your victory unless it's just getting over that wall. But I feel like even if there's a wall or a block, you're gonna find an open door. You're gonna figure out a different way around, another way through. I just looked at this and I thought of that SHERYL Crow song, If It Makes You Happy. And then there's a Dead Mouse song called, I think it's something about remembering. I haven't heard that in a really long time. I will find it. All right, block to your Chariot. The block is that what? What's the block? That you have to start? That you have to put the key in the ignition and hit the gas? Maybe you were stalling before. That's not a big block. That's a leap of faith. Maybe it's having faith that you can't see what's ahead on that fool's journey, but it's a whole new journey. It's a whole new experience, territory. It's the unknown. And it's getting excited about that. Wide-eyed wonder. I don't know why I heard, "Oh my, starry eyes, surprise." Maybe that first step is big. You have to have faith in yourself here. Because you're not bringing big baggage with you. You have, you know, the right support that's loyal to you. I kind of always see that whatever was behind the Fool is something they don't even want to turn around and look at, and they'd rather take that leap of faith than go backwards. This is where somebody is only bringing that tiny little purse. That's it, your little satchel. That's all you need. Anything else you'll figure out along the way. So don't get too ahead of yourself here on a new journey. If that's all that's blocking you, perhaps it is not being a fool. You know, maybe you were foolish in the past, working with energies that weren't actually there for your highest and greatest good. It could be wrong choices, but you learned from them. So once you learn, you just don't be a fool again. You learn from that experience, you grow from it, and that allows you to change along this journey, along the way. Those are really big energies to come out. It's a new start, a new beginning. You do have like somebody there, like your little dog is like, you're gonna go off the cliff. Like, if you go off, I'm coming with you. Are you sure you want to go? So maybe there was something that's kind of like, you know, that somebody's gonna come along, but maybe it was a little hesitation. Maybe somebody has a little dog. I see that little purse there. And I see a little purse dog. But you're not even concerned about that leap. You're looking up to the sky and trusting that you will be provided for. Trusting that God will help you along the way. No matter how unusual or new that territory is. All right, so let's see what's behind the Fool, because the Fool is leaving something behind. So let's see what the past was behind this new journey to victory. The past was that you have the Three of Rods, that maybe there were plans that were already made, but maybe somebody didn't make it to the airport. It's almost like somebody had that suitcase packed. They were waiting for somebody to arrive, and maybe somebody didn't arrive or arrived a little too late. Maybe this Fool's journey had to start on your own and someone's gonna play catch up. But this is where you're in the in-between. You're past the passionate spark in your soul. You're past the, you know, making a reservation and booking the ticket. And this is after you pack the bags, leave, where's your kingdom? You leave that kingdom, you get in the chariot, and you're on that drive, you're on the road. So it's in between. This is also where you could be waiting for somebody to arrive, an arrival. It's usually that something is coming, you know, something is on the way. Don't get wrapped up waiting for it. Just trust it's on its way. And in the meantime, what you do is something productive with your energy. You know, where you have something, I get that you're proud of, but you're in the now. So maybe you were productive. Maybe you made plans in the past. That's why you're on this destiny path, this victorious path. Maybe that's why you have brand new opportunities also coming in, because sometimes I don't see that as a block, but the bridge, the actual way across, because a block could take you to a bridge. If this was upside down, you had the suitcase packed, the ticket in your hand, and you went home and the suitcase is still sitting there packed, and you never got to wear that bikini. You never put on your banana hammock, you know? So the one thing is, you do have to look out into the world of unknown territory that you can't quite see. You just have sort of an idea of what's out there. But until you just take some steps more and more into that journey, you're not going to know what's ahead of you. So let's look at what you need to focus on right now. So what is the main focus? The grounding energy to this whole situation, please and thank you. Your focus is the Two of Cups. That's a beautiful place to focus your energy. Maybe it's a really unusual partnership. You do have somebody that wants to talk to you. Maybe it's about how they feel. How they want to maybe even have a new start with you. Hoping that they could, you know, ride next to you in your chariot, come along for the journey. Feeling like, I hear like just knowing you is a blessing, or I hear like you are, I don't want to say like you are the victory, but I kind of see like that as being a gift. I guess that's a better way to see it. If this is where you need to focus right now, maybe it is focusing on somebody else if they want to talk. I usually see this as romance. This is two people choosing to be together, but it's a beginning. It's a two. You have to choose to consistently adjust something as a partnership grows and you have more and more experiences along that road, along that journey. You know, sometimes plans have to have a rain check. You get off path and you have to readjust something. You have this strength here with the lion, maybe a Leo energy, but your lion is flying and you have healing. Here you have somebody that wants to talk, and here it looks like the masculine energy is reaching out for a feminine's hand. So I feel like maybe it's more the physical touch or being in someone's energy field, maybe seeing their body language, even if it's somebody that wants to talk, perhaps it's via at least video, so you can see somebody's, you know, facial expressions. You can see their eyes, see the truth, and not just hear some words. I mean, you can hear inflections in somebody's voice too. So I feel like at least that is what's needed. I am not seeing that this is a text situation here. I feel like text can be misconstrued, and, you know, there can be a lot of misunderstandings on where somebody's coming from. It can make communication go weird pretty easy, even if you kind of get the person. So I do feel like somebody needs to at least hear you, but hopefully see you and feel you. It could be for some of you that if you had that chariot upside down, and or somebody that was, I don't know why I see somebody wanting to block your progress. That seems like that wouldn't be the partnership you want to be in. Or if somebody was not vibing with you or in a different cycle than you, it could be where a certain partnership, friendship, or whatever it is had to be let go of, or yeah, like ended. I mean, upside down, it's usually still a soft ending because it's still the beautiful energy of love, but it's kind of letting somebody go with love. Like, I wish you luck on your beautiful new journey. That journey is not for me, but it's seeing something eye to eye. So it could be a conversation where somebody wants to express how they are moving along, but I feel like that's your energy. So maybe you have to express to somebody how you are moving along. You made some plans, you know, you got your sassy chariot over here and some sphinxes to hang out with, and you know what makes you happy. And if this situation is not a happy situation, then it's letting go of that, because through your cycles of life, sometimes people come with us and sometimes they just don't. And that's just the reality of life. But I feel like it's doing that with maturity. Maybe that's unusual. Not everybody handles the end of a partnership with maturity. Sometimes people hold on too tight, or they create a lot of drama, or they put their own selfish desires ahead of somebody else's heart or needs or direction or expansion. All of that's expansion. But we're going to turn it around and look at it upright, because it looks like this is a possible partnership where you can expand with, grow, together. But it's a choice. So let's see what your strength is. What's the strength right now that you have? What is the collective strength? I also kind of see that this could be somebody that recognizes your strength. Maybe you and them are a really unusual dynamic together, unlike your relationship you have with anyone else. For some of you, if you don't have somebody here that you are thinking about, it could be somebody that comes along this new journey that you're going on. You're just kind of here doing your own thing on your road to victory, but you could have somebody really beautiful coming into your life along that journey. So let's see what your strength is. Your strength is that you've learned a lot from the 10 of Wands. Your strength is you are the one that has a solution, and you're not so set in your ways for something to always be the hardest way possible. You've learned from handling a lot. This is somebody who's had to handle a lot, usually on your own or without the right help. Even though you can handle a lot, you don't have to carry the heaviest load. Maybe there's somebody here coming through that's gonna help you carry some of those sticks. Or maybe this is you looking in between those and not just down at the ground at your feet and saying, oh, that castle looks a little farther than I thought, and these things are kind of slipping out my hands. Maybe I'm just gonna drop all the weight. Because that Fool is not leaving into that journey with weight or baggage or anything like anchoring them back. So it could be that your strength was you just had to get to the end of the situation. What did I see before? Where you had to like completely unplug yourself and plug yourself back in different, because you can't keep going like this. Then you're in burnout. You don't have any strength for that journey. You are just running on fumes at that point, burning the candle at both ends. So I kind of feel like whatever this is, where it was a little too much, you figured out how to, I'm seeing you prepare for something that you are working on differently, so you don't have to do it all at once. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I kind of get a timing thing with that. Like you had a deadline, so it's not waiting till the end. You actually have something ready to go just in case you need it. You're not all stressed out about it. Because sometimes this is somebody that's in a big old mess, you know, not organized. They have to kind of run out the door and they don't even know where to find anything. And now they're even more stressed because they have no time and they didn't get that done. So I feel like there is always a smarter way to do something. It's like you kind of learned how to see that something could be overwhelming in the future, and you've kind of prepared for it early. You have that ready to go just in case. Oh, that paperwork? Well, it just so happens here in my fancy Dear Diary notebook, I happen to have some of those notes and solutions ready to go. You want to see them now? It's like you kind of, I'm also getting, you kind of foresaw something, but yeah, you had to learn the hard way. You didn't just come up with that idea without having all that stress happen. But it could also be where if your chariot was always wobbling in the wrong direction and you felt like you were going down the wrong road, that could have stressed you out too. So maybe it's just dropping all that stress, lifting yourself up and going in the right direction. So let's see what's going on in your immediate future. Immediate future for the collective. Oh yeah, you got some love. You got some love coming in, or you are offering that cup of love to somebody. There's a little romance coming in your future. I mean, it does say here the focus is love. A lot of this is business, but maybe all of this is a new cycle with a certain person. Because, you know, that if that's your focus, maybe you're looking at how past relationships, you put in all the work. Maybe now you want to talk to someone about how, you know, you got to find that middle ground here. You can't be doing everything and somebody doesn't show up to help. You know, you're making the plans. You're driving that chariot. So The Knight is experiences that are usually romantic, also creative, but it's not really a masculine or feminine thing. It does look like this white horse is strutting a little bit. So it does look like someone is showing up. It looks like a prance, you know, like they're like a Tennessee Walker. They're being a little fancy there, like showing up. But this is not somebody who has their helmet on. I mean, the helmet's on, but they can see clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Who is that? That just came through. I can see all obstacles in my way. Maybe that song. It's gonna be a bright, like a sunshine day. So maybe it's about something brightening up, opening up your heart, diving into an experience that involves love, romance, and or an experience for some of you that you love to do. It doesn't have to be a relationship. If this is you on that horse, you are holding your own cup of love, filling yourself up, fulfilling your own heart, and getting on that horse and prancing into, you know, your destiny and loving it. So for some of you, this is something you're doing independent. But for some of you, this is somebody kind of making you a love offer. But they don't want to just talk about it. They want to experience it. That's what the Knight is. Just so some of you know, if this is upside down, it is somebody who probably could, you know, just talk their way to heaven, but not follow through. Somebody that really makes you believe that they are all in and makes your heart feel the flutter, but then their actions are wishy-washy, or they don't fulfill their promises. They just whisper the sweet nothings that end up to be nothing. So let's continue. Did I say something about a bridge? I just thought of my mom's old horse. And I see this horse looking down. And you see how that horse is looking at that. It's like just a little creek. It doesn't even look like it's very big. But I just thought of, like, you know, horses can go right through, I mean, they can go through a big river. But when my mom's horse used to see even like a tiny little puddle, he didn't know how deep it was. And he would just hop over the whole thing. And one time he would do that with the creeks, and my mom was like, whoa, you know, like he was in a competition. Like, oh, creek, I'm gonna have to jump over that whole thing. So I kind of feel like if there was a hurdle, you are going to maybe jump over it. So I also see that maybe something is going to unexpectedly take you off, like, you know, hop into it. I have to plug in my phone. I'm getting these messages. I totally forgot. Hold on. I gotta find the pause. Where is it? It's different. Upright. I paused that at 38:39. So maybe there is a progression. All right, let's continue. Let's look at what your advice is. What's the advice for the collective in this brand new beginning, this new start? Nothing holding you back. There's nothing holding me back. I think that's SHAWN MENDES, maybe. That's a really good song. I really like that. He talks about being nervous up on stage and just picturing everybody naked. Maybe that's advice for some of you. You know, if you're a little nervous, just picture everybody naked. You know. All right, let's see what your advice is. Please and thank you. What is the advice for the collective right now? Your advice is you need to open your heart. You need to begin something that involves love. Maybe let some romance in. Maybe it's you offering this beautiful cup. You have this cup of, it's not just full, it's flowing like an everlasting fountain coming through the cloud on a big hand, you know, like the hand of God coming in saying, here you go. It's also this dove flying into the cup, like wanting to, it's like a dove that wants to take a bath. And it almost looks like the dove has a pentacle. And I don't know why I see silver. I see silver and gold here. And it's just flowing. It's flowing like a fountain. It doesn't even need a plug. It's just divinely plugged in all the time. But it's the beginning. So in order to have this chance, or that's your advice, you have to first fill up your own cup. It's self-love. You have to come into a relationship with that full cup, already loving who you are, what you have to offer. And then it's connecting to somebody that isn't reliant on you for their happiness. And you're not relying on someone else to constantly fill up your cup. It's ever flowing. It's consistency and love, like never ending, but you have to get past the beginning. So if this is offered to you, or you offer it to someone else and it's stuck on the shelf and ignored, it is possible that somebody else sees that cup and accepts that offer. Excuse me. Wow, maybe some pressure had to be released with something. Let's see. That was goofy. All right, continuing on. If it is upside down, it could be where it wasn't the offer for you. It wasn't fulfilling you. It was something where you did all the work and you're not gonna do it like that again on your new journey. You're gonna recognize something from the start, maybe have honest conversation right from the beginning, so you can constantly get on the same page and see eye to eye, see where the other person's heart is, what gear they are on, and try to at least, you know, find that Goldilocks zone along the way. So let's see what this is now outside energy. Let's see what the outside energy, the environment or vibration of others is at the current moment. So what are the vibes of the environment around the collective? Please and thank you. The vibes are solid support. You got the Emperor. Maybe you are connecting to not just a knight. Maybe the Emperor wanted to get off the throne and have some sassy time. This is a really strong, powerful energy. This is somebody in charge. This is not somebody wishy-washy. This is somebody that makes a decision and they stick to it. They can handle a kingdom, no matter how big or small it is. This might be a boss or a father or a grandfather, a neighbor, a lover. It's all of the kings combined. This is somebody that has a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience. They are grounded. They are supportive. They are, they're someone that really knows how to build, but it's somebody that hasn't just always had successes in their life. They've learned from failures. They've learned from taking on too much. And they've learned what they will and will not do, who is helpful and who is valuable and who is, I just see that king or that emperor as somebody who would not be afraid to cut off something that was taking them off the path. It's also the emperor that is one that can get in the chariot. So if whoever you are here, this is somebody you would trust to drive your chariot, to help you out. Maybe this is a support system around you. This is somebody that wants to support you. This could be I mean, I asked about others in the environment, so it looks like you have somewhere this emperor energy that is supportive of you being in love, supportive of your successes, supportive of you expanding, and maybe of a particular partnership, or supportive of a partnership that comes in. If the Emperor's upside down and that's an energy in your environment, that might be something that was driving you, I just heard driving you crazy. The Emperor upside down is not really fun. He's very successful. He has, you know, he has a lot in his kingdom, big or small, but the Emperor upside down is a complete tyrant. He would only allow you to go on the road on that chariot that he wants, and it's for his own benefit. He's somebody that is very superficial, close-minded, kind of mean too. That's sort of like somebody that is only there for their own success. It's like the big corporation that would come by, and it's that song, like pave paradise with a parking lot. It's that. It's somebody that would take something that was maybe really special in a community or something like that and not care. Just pave it over. Make it a parking lot. They don't even care. It's going to bring me more customers. It's kind of that energy. There's not really compassion there. And anyone who's in that environment is there out of fear or necessity, or to get something out of them. You know, kind of the same selfish energy. But upright, that's pretty big. That's the divine masculine energy right there. So let's look at what your hopes or fears are, because sometimes they're one of the same. You know, you can be nervous about success just as much as you might be nervous about failure. So let's see what the hope and the fear is right now. It's fear of success, and it's exactly what I just said. You have 2 victory cards here. You're going to succeed. So whatever is going to happen, you are up there on your little white stallion, but now you got it all decorated. You're riding back with your wreath of victory. You have people supporting you here, but you're a little bit more elevated. You know, you have a different approach with something. You also got like like a little mini skirt on and boots. I've never noticed that in this card before. So you're a little sassy under that robe. You're showing a little thigh. So, this is victory. So if you were nervous about being victorious, you're going to handle it. You're going to be okay. You're going to figure it out. If you are nervous about not having a victory, then that was just the practice match. So it gained you the strength and right support system that does believe in you. So it is getting off the horse eventually, because if you stay up there on the horse, especially in a little mini skirt, you're definitely going to get saddle sore. You're going to be walking like, you know, like you're going to be walking like this for 2 days. So it is coming down and recognizing who supported you on the path to those victorious moments. This is a big victory. This is the whole victorious road, but this is just little goals, successes, you know, even ups and downs that you have, but it's not being up there on the high horse. You have to get down and recognize and have gratitude and thankfulness for the people that got you there, even if they were the ones that kind of, you know, gave you the tough match, that gave you a lot of strength, so you had even more growth and more elevation for bigger success, you know, in the future. Sometimes people get a little stalled up there, like success. Now what you do? Now what you do? What do you do? You know, you didn't really think it would work out. Now that it worked out, you got to change where your goals were. But if it's fear of failure, step up to bat again. It looks like, you know, that's getting you the experience you need. The Emperor here is not, you know, harping or overly focused on the failures. It's that solution to the problem, whatever I saw in the beginning. It's, you know, seeing something that's not working out and then having that beautiful, you know, different way of looking at something, a different perspective, so it can work out. So shall we see what the final message is? I did plug in my phone, but apparently I ran out of room. So it just stopped. So I'm gonna have to put these two together. I had to make some room in my phone. Let's dive on in and get you the final outcome, the final result as of now with all of this movement of energy going on. And remember, even with the final outcome, everything is, you know, everything is changeable. According to maybe one decision that you make can change everything. It's, you know, up to you. So let's see. What is the final message? Please and thank you. You have a beginning. I mean, you got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords. This starts with a conversation. What's at the bottom? Oh, it's your wish come true. This is not just, you know, it's your genie in a bottle. It's the open bar. It's not just one little wish. This is something that is more like ever flowing. This is where you want to savor it. You want to savor every experience you get to have, and those that are still to be revealed and hiding under the table. I feel like that's where the smorgasbord is. So you do have to uncross your arms though. This person has everything they want, but they're sitting there, you know, with their arms crossed instead of open. So you have to be open to wishes coming true and possibilities coming in. It could be where your heart opens up more and more. You know, the more you get along with something, you do have a beginning here. So upside down, it's kind of gluttony. You know, it's where you have that open bar and you decide you don't want anyone else to have it. So you're going to drink all of those cups and then probably not even remember doing it because you drank too much, you know, or all of those chocolate cakes that are there, you know, in the dessert smorgasbord. And then you don't even taste the chocolate after the fourth bite because, you know, you got to put the stretchy pants on. I don't know why I just saw like Willy Wonka where she becomes the blueberry and like you just have to roll her out. So it's savoring it. This is where you have enough love in your heart that there's enough to share. It's love that you feel and you exude, where it's felt by everyone. You inspire others to connect to their dreams, to make new beginnings. And it looks like the outcome begins where it ends. It begins with that idea. Whatever I saw before about your ideas you need to put in your diary, this is it. This is your epiphany, a light bulb moment. It's also victory. It's ideas, communication, conversation. It's a new beginning that is focused on always being in your truth, your authenticity, speaking your truth through conversation, truth of your heart, clarity of mind, open communication. I don't know why I just saw two people laughing, like actually laughing so hard they're rolling around on the ground. Maybe it's laughter. Maybe it's questions that you ask. But this is truth that is being handed to you. Maybe it's recognizing the truth that's right there when it's in front of you. You can't miss that big hand coming out of the sky. That's a big sword. So that's pretty obvious. Unless you have your head, you know, down on the ground, you're not looking up. Looking for the solution, looking for the resolution, or hoping for the communication, anticipating that it will go well. But maybe you are handing this sort of truth to someone else. You have to take this idea past go. Even just writing something down is starting to manifest that idea into reality. And there is power in words. And you know, there was like in the beginning there was the word. So the first thing was sound before light. So sound, words, thoughts. But I feel like this is doing something with truth and integrity and love. Because when those words are coming from a high vibration and truthful approach, I see that now somehow connecting to light, connecting to how you vibrate, connecting to even your aura, how you illuminate your way, how you shine a light on maybe every other situation. I see a lot of light now with the Ace of Swords, which is kind of interesting, and I kind of like it. So maybe it all starts with the words you tell yourself, having beautiful, high vibe words towards others. But sometimes you got to take that sword, and you do have to, I see if you have any strings that you need to cut, because it was like that, that I see that cord now that isn't quite charging right. Maybe you just need to cut it in half, throw it away. Sometimes this is just the direct approach, it's best. Sometimes if it's not addressing the truth, it's like the big elephant in the room. It's still there. You're just not acknowledging it. Don't make eye contact with the elephant. It won't see you. It's still there. So I do feel like there's something that needs to be addressed for this beginning. And maybe it's even throughout this journey to address something before it's swept under the rug. And then something I'm kind of getting, it doesn't get heavy and blown out of proportion. Wow. So I hope this reading was helpful. This was a little different. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Celtic cross. I don't always do it. I think the last time I did it, I was down on the beach. So I want to get you something to sum it up. Do I have the universe? I did. I do. Let's get you one more message from the universe to sum this reading up. I hope something came through that was insightful, even if it was just a message or two. Let's see. Wow, it was so quick. The universe is coming through fast. So let's see what the final message is. When you hold on to the past, well, you got all this beginning here. So it looks like it's time to cut the strings. It's time to drop the baggage. It's time to, you know, you don't even need the big luggage. You just need your little satchel there. And when you hold on to the past, it stops you from living in the present. Release old hurts, worries, or regrets. Commit to being in the here and the now, and forgive yourself for where you think you may have been wrong. That's really big. That's also the words you say to yourself. The compassion that you show others, you have to also have with you. Everyone F's up in life. 'Tis life. You know, sometimes you do a good job and sometimes you mess up, but did you learn from it? Did you grow from it? Did you change because of it? You deserve inner peace. You deserve inner peace. So if you don't feel peace in yourself, you need to, you know, connect deep in your heart. Fill up your own cup. Ask yourself, are you happy? And let it go. Because you have some beautiful things coming in. And with this, I'm going to let you go. And I look forward to seeing you mañana. Thank you for joining me today. I love you so much. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.